Some of the Reach clans are looking for help, and I'm acting as a liaison for them. I need someone willing to brave the ruins of Briar Rock. A Reach clan known as the Thornroot have taken warriors from a rival clan, the Wildblood, there. The Wildblood doubt their clanmates. Each of their captured warriors carried a talisman with them. They would be of no value to the Thornroot, but they hold significant value to the Wild. Not all Reach clans are bloodthirsty.
All these so-called tough women and men of the Reach gather here in Markarth, yet none of them will deal with the horrors I witnessed. This army in our land raises I'm an agent of Ardcarach, the ruler of Markarth. He charged me to find out all I can about these deadly storms and put a stop to them. Reach witches aiding the Grey Host summon them. I don't know much yet, but I do know how to stop a Harrowstorm. I'll tell you if you're willing to help. Take some friends, find the storm, and destroy all the witch pikes and grey reliquaries you find. If the Ard hadn't forbidden it, I'd join you in splitting the skulls of these witches myself. Paint the soil with their blood for me while you're disrupting the Harrowstorm ritual.
Are you here about the notice? So many new faces in the city, but we could use the help. If you need work and aren't concerned about the risks, then we should talk. As a former Imperial consul, I assure you that this is all about... Oh, not me. At least not directly. I'm more of an administrator. Have been since the days of the Longhouse Emperors. Luckily, Ardcarach likes me and decided to keep me employed. Curious and deliberate. Good qualities in an adventurer. Usually means you'll live longer. Are you here about the... Oh, not me. At least not... If you want to work alone, see Brothahan. Odd tasks, but they pay well. Remember, you just keep growing! You're getting good at this.
Deal with this problem and you will be rewarded.
Bet there's a great tavern around here.
Can you believe it? Dragons in your own homeland. What are you going to do?
This one does not know, but he hopes his family is safe.
This place reeks of wet dog and a fungal infection. Must be getting close. Hey, who's there? I can still hear while holding my breath. You're trespassing, which is good. So am I. The question is, are we snooping around for the same reason? Hey, rude! I asked first. Whatever. I happen to be in search of some lunatic alchemist named Arcasis, who's working on some mad scheme with some equally crazy co-conspirators. The kind that involves grave robbing and ancient evil for nefarious purposes, which comes up more often than I'd like. So now I have to put a stop to Arcasis' experiments. Arcasis does his work out of a place called the Stone Garden. Used to be some dwarf ruin. I heard he's been out here for years building... Arcasis does his work out of a place called the Stone Garden. Used to be some dwarf... Name's Gwendis, of House Ravenwatch. Not that that would mean anything to you. The short answer is, we keep an eye on troublesome vampires.
And werewolves now, to keep them in check. And no, Arcasis isn't either, that I know of. I'm more of a spy than a fighter. I'll shadow you on the way in. Fair warning, I won't jeopardize my mission if you run into trouble, so try not to.
You can't stop progress!
Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
I don't care if they are our guests. The werewolves need to stop shredding the land. You're not volunteers.
is yours.
To raise their hand against tyrants stand and die.
Sí, muy bien.
Freedom's
Is that a heroic?
A busy time! The impresario has been talking to...
Who's a good mouse?
This shouldn't take long.
I hear familiar footfalls. Come closer, Vestige. Welcome to the Harborage, Vestige. This is as comfortable a home as an old dried-up husk like myself could hope for. Despite my blindness, nay, because of it, my other senses seem to have heightened. This place had the right...
Indeed, but let us not get ahead of ourselves. Without an understanding of where we are bound, every road will get us nowhere. Before we truly understand... Of a sort. I invite you to enter my mind and walk with me through visions of the past, that you might understand the events that brought us to this time, this moment. Enter my mind, Vestige, and walk with me through the shadows of past events. Follow me, Vestige, and learn of the events that precipitated our current crisis. My part of the story began when I awoke on the steps of the Abbey of the Moth Priests, with no memory of my prior life. The Moth Priests took pity upon me and brought me into their fold. I was weak and near death. It was there I first set eyes upon the Elder Scrolls and devoted my life to their study. The scrolls allowed me to glimpse the very fabric of reality, but each profound insight dimmed my vision and eventually left me permanently blinded to the light of the world. The prophecies of the Elder Scrolls are a fluid, living thing. They are not fixed. At many points throughout history, the actions of heroic mortals have rewritten them. I only know that you are important, Vestige. The scrolls reveal to me that your destiny is intertwined with that of the Five Companions. The Five Companions were a band of adventurers who sought out an ancient artifact called the Amulet of Kings. They hoped to use this artifact to persuade Akatosh, the dragon god, to accept their leader as one of the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn are mortals destined for greatness, with the blood of the dragons in their veins. Baron Aquilarius, the son of a Colovian duke, who led a rebellion against the Emperor Leovic and took the crown himself. Alas, Verum, the Dragonborn are mortals destined for greatness. You have already heard enough babbling from this old blind fool. It is time you met the Five Companions. The first companion, Lyris Titanborn, daughter of giants, was the mightiest warrior in the service of the Emperor. Next, Abner Farm, a powerful sorcerer and Grand Chancellor to the Imperial Elder Council. The Red Guard Swordmaster, Sai Sahan, leader of the Imperial Dragon Guard. The Imperial Emperor, Baron Aquilarius, who attempted to light the dragon fires and failed. And finally, Manamarco, the traitor, the king of worms, a powerful necromancer, and your executioner. These were the Five Companions who set out from the Imperial City on an epic quest to recover the Manamarco convinced Varen that the amulet could be used to perform a ritual that would rekindle the dragon fires. He claimed this would please Akatosh. By tradition, only the Dragonborn can lay claim to the Ruby Throne and rule as the one true Emperor by divine right. Varen conquered Cyrodiil and took the throne. Each of the Five Companions were chosen for their skill and courage, and each was given a special role to perform in the party. Manamarco can... By tradition, only the Dragonborn can lay... Manamarco, the traitor, the great enemy, the most powerful necromancer this world has ever known. His worm cult infiltrates and corrupts every corner of Tamriel. It was he who convinced Varen to perform the ritual you are about to witness. Disaster, war, and pestilence. A world brought to its knees.
There it is. The Dragonfire Brazier. Manimarco, you certain this will work?
It will work, my liege. The Amulet of Kings will rekindle the dragon fires and ensure your rightful place as Emperor. You have my word.
It better work, Manimarco, or you'll find your neck at the business end of my axe.
My lord, I wonder if you'd muzzle your half-giant pet. She really is annoying.
Enough, both of you. We are here to ensure my lord's rightful claim to the Ruby Throne.
Abner, begin the ritual. I have a destiny to fulfill. By the lighting of the dragon fires, I claim my rightful lineage. By the fires of creation, let me be reborn. By the will of Akatosh, I proclaim myself Dragonborn.
Varen Aquilarius, you are no heir to Alessia. You will pay for your sacrilege. The veil between Tamriel and Oblivion tears and splits asunder.
What's happening? The sky's opening up. This is bad. This is very bad.
This isn't supposed to happen. What's the meaning of this? Manimarco, what have you done?
Gullible fools! The veil between Oblivion and this world has been torn. My master, Moloch Baal, is free to claim Tamriel for his own.
Akatosh, forgive me! Have mercy on our souls!
The ritual tore the veil between Nan and Oblivion, allowing Manimarco to begin stealing the souls his master needed to power the dark anchors and initiate the plane melt. Akatosh gave Alessia the Amulet of Kings as a symbol of his covenant with Nan. So long as the amulet remained in the care of Alessia's heirs and the Dragonfires, Manimarco tricked Varen into breaking the covenant, and the veil between Oblivion and Nan was torn. The Elder Scrolls named this event the Soul Burst. It gave Moloch Baal the opportunity to disconnect the souls of Nan from their hosts. Varen was lost. In the chaos of the moment, Sai Sahan took the Amulet of Kings and fled. Leris was captured by Manimarco and delivered to Cold Harbor, the realm of Moloch Baal. Tharn remains Chancellor of the Elder Council, and his daughter Clivio rules as Empress Regent. But the true power remains in the hands of Manimarco and his worm cult. When I discovered the truth about the 5 companions, I made subtle inquiries, but apparently not subtle enough. Manimarco got word of my interests and abducted me. He took me to Cold Harbor, where I remained a prisoner until you freed me. The truth is always a threat to evil men. Manimarco feared I would reveal his treachery, and if knowledge of Nan's vulnerability were to become known, it could threaten his master's schemes. Moloch Baal does not favor loose ends. Walk with me. Long ago it was written, so long as the Amulet of Kings was borne by Alessia's heirs, Tamriel would be protected from the forces of Oblivion. But the Soul Burst tore the veil between worlds and gave Moloch Baal the opportunity he desired. Moloch Baal's dark angels pierced the truth, seemed to draw near into the depths of Cold. His terrible engines of destruction appearing all throughout Tamriel. Lord of brutality and domination is successful, he will merge our world and his own in a terrible plane meld.
Few will survive the ordeal, and those that do will be enslaved for all eternity. And so it falls to us, Vestige. We must stop Molag Bal and his dark anchors, or our world is doomed. And now history seems to have caught up with us. Shall, as you say. And so it begins. The remainder of the story has yet to be written. It is your story now, and there is so much to do. But know this, we must grow in strength and in numbers. You will need more than the company of an old blind man to alter the course of history. We must assemble our own group of companions. The first you have already met. Lyris sacrificed her own freedom to allow us to escape. She remains a prisoner in Cold Harbor. I must determine her precise location if we are to... Minimarco's agents leave a web of lies and deceit. They pit the races of Tamriel against one another and divert their attention from the real threat. Seek out... Forgive me. Bringing you into my mind seems to have taken quite a toll on me. I must rest. I will...
Look at you go!